and spirituality blended into one. Or perhaps the truth was closer to the philosophies of Spinoza and Heidegger, where God and nature were one. And death was simply a return to the great cycle, dust to dust, spirit to the cosmos, or another turn of the wheel. Dean Burt had always been a philosopher at heart, a man lost in questions that seemed too big for this world. But he left something behind. When Janine discovered his journal, she found a rich tapestry woven from years of thoughts, ideas, and wonders. It wasn't just a record of his life. It was a map to a mind that never stopped questioning, never stopped searching. Janine, who once barely saw beyond her own struggles, found herself drawn deeper into those pages. And it wasn't long before she shared them with Jamal, the security guard who once mocked the paranormal but harbored his own esoteric curiosities. Jamal had always dabbled in the strange and the mystical. He had his YouTube channel, his fascination with hidden knowledge. But this was different. Dean Burt's journal spoke of things he'd only ever dreamed of, ideas that flirted with the edges of science, philosophy, and spiritualism. What began as casual discussions between Janine and Jamal soon transformed into a partnership. They recorded their thoughts, their postulations, and their discoveries, using the same digital tools that once seemed like a mundane part of their lives to spread the message. They turned to online forums, seeking others who might offer insights, people who could help them decode the mysteries Dean Burt had left behind. It turned out there were more seekers out there than they could have ever imagined. What started as a few posts in obscure chat rooms snowballed into a community of thousands. Tens of thousands of subscribers began to follow their journey, tuning into live streams, engaging with theories, and offering their own pieces of the puzzle. And with that attention came opportunities. The channel exploded, bringing in money through monetization, sponsorships, and the generosity of followers. But Janine and Jamal never lost sight of their purpose. They poured their time into studying Dean Burt's cryptic journal, pursuing the truths hidden within those strange symbols and mysterious passages, always driven by the thought that his death meant more than just the end of a life. It was the start of a new chapter in understanding. Their newfound success didn't just change their lives, it gave them a sense of purpose, a reason to keep pushing forward. Janine and Jamal grew closer through the shared passion, and in time, they built a family together. They named their daughter Camille, but called her Cammy for short. And when their son arrived a few years later, they named him Jesse, in honor of the boy Dean Burt had tried so hard to save. Their lives were transformed, but they never stopped searching for the meaning that had sparked this journey. The money flowed in, millions of dollars, fans from all around the world, offers to speak at conferences and even write books. But it was never about the wealth for them. It was always about the message, about the legacy that Dean Burt left behind. For every live stream, every video, and every discussion, there was a single, unwavering goal: to understand what it all meant. And as they uncovered more pieces, as they delved deeper into the mysteries, they began to realize that Dean Burt's legacy wasn't just a story of one man's struggle. It was a bridge between worlds, a thread connecting past and future, spirit and science, each page turning into a new revelation. It was a reminder that sometimes the end is just the beginning, and that the stories we think are over can ripple outwards, touching lives in ways we never expected. The transformation of Dean Burt's legacy from a scribbled journal of a broken man into a global revolution was beyond anything Janine and Jamal had imagined. As Dean Burt Corp. Took shape, backed by a top biotech sponsor, engineers from every discipline began bringing to life project plans once sketched on the blood-stained pages of that old notebook. They turned ideas that seemed fantastical into tangible, living projects. A monument was erected in tribute to the trio, Dean Burt, Jez, and Camille, its intricate details crafted by one of the world's leading sculptors, whose work usually commanded millions. This piece, however, was a donation, a testament to the impact their story had on the world. The journal held blueprints, sketches, and philosophies. But the haunting core of it all was what Dean Burt had written in those last desperate moments. I'll see you soon, Jez, Camille, and you too, Janine. Those words, scribbled with the fervor of a final breath, lingered like a prophecy, as if he had somehow known what was coming. They were chilling, profound, a promise or a warning, a tether between life and whatever lay beyond. From these cryptic notes emerged a doorway, constructed and activated by physicists and scientists, a technological marvel that seemed to defy the laws of known physics. The first test was a quiet affair, but whispers of its potential spread like wildfire. And then came the board game, inspired by Metatron's cube, infused with Dean Burt's complex philosophies. It became more than just a game. It was an initiation into his ideas, a key to understanding the intricate puzzle of reality he had left behind. And yet, as their success grew, strange occurrences began to shadow their progress. Mysterious figures dressed in black suits started appearing at key project sites, lingering just long enough to be noticed before vanishing without a trace. They showed up at meetings and conferences, always on the periphery, never speaking, but leaving behind a sense of something ancient and unnerving, as if they were monitoring from a plane far beyond human comprehension. In Dean Burt's journal, he had detailed an idea for a new, unified currency system, bridging cryptocurrencies and tangible assets like gold and silver. Computer scientists who studied the code were stunned by its elegance, a seamless integration that democratized wealth across the globe. It was as though he had envisioned a world where economic power was distributed like energy across a circuit board, touching every corner of society. The impact rippled outward, reshaping not just economies, but the very fabric of belief. Religions began to adapt Dean Burt's principles, blending ancient doctrines with the vibration machines he'd envisioned. Machines that worked on a cellular level, weaving the essence of learning directly into genetic code. People's understanding deepened rapidly, their minds expanding as if they had tapped into the thoughts of history's greatest thinkers. Ideas once confined to dusty tomes now walked the earth, encoded into living knowledge. Then, something even stranger happened. The ancient monuments of Earth, pyramids, temples, and stone circles, began to hum. They vibrated, channeling energies through ley lines and torsion fields. Copper, silver, and gold flowed from the earth, guided by lines of power that stretched out toward the heavens. The moon, long silent, ignited into a new blue sun, while the old moon's core flared up as an orange sun, closer to Earth than ever before. As these new celestial bodies danced in the sky, Earth itself expanded, swelling to 3 times its original size, reshaping the world in an echo of its ancient self. Across the sky, animals took flight, leaving Earth's atmosphere, as if following some deep-seated call, migrating to new worlds that had awakened in the reshaped solar system. The planets themselves grew denser, more expansive, and the stars burned brighter against the dark canvas of space. A crystalline halo formed around the solar system, radiant with channels of light, where sounds, thoughts, and consciousness flowed like rivers, forming a bridge between dimensions. For a time, there was peace, balance, a harmony that wrapped around every living thing like a gentle embrace. And then, the darkness came. The strange figures in black, those watchers who had haunted the edges of Dean Burt's work, reappeared. But this time, they did not hide. They coalesced into a shifting, writhing singularity, a dark vortex that seemed to consume light itself. Their presence was beyond ancient, beyond time, their intentions unreadable. The pitch they emitted vibrated through the earth, resonating with a frequency that felt all-knowing, omniscient, like a pulse from the very heart of the cosmos. The glow of the newly reshaped world dimmed as they hovered, their presence casting a shadow over the sky, reducing the vibrant hues to shades of gray. Then, as suddenly as they had arrived, they vanished, taking with them that sense of ancient cosmic awareness. The world's glow returned, but it was different now, tinged with a shadow of uncertainty. The harmony that had felt so certain just moments before now held a note of reluctance, as if the universe itself was holding its breath, waiting for what might come next. There was a sense of something larger, something far more powerful lurking just beyond the edge of perception. Would they return?